Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm showing a couple of items from the Melbourne-based planner, notebook, journal company, MiGoals or MiGoals. I say MiGoals. I've heard it said both ways. So what I have today is the 2022 diary. This is the weekly spread, which I'll go in. I'm going to talk about the books. I'm going to then show the layouts and a couple of other pages. This is really an introduction flip through kind of video. The other one I have here is the Gold Digger in the 2022 planner soft cover, the B5 version. So yeah, the idea is to basically just look through them. Obviously, we haven't started 2022 yet. The Gold Digger is going to be one of the planners that fits into my planning video series, along with like the Hobonichi and my free bullet journal and my free journaling version and all of that kind of stuff. Basically, the idea is I'm doing these planning journal systems to show what works for me, how I use them, stuff like that. And so the Gold Digger is going to work into that. But I'm going to show both of these today. Yeah, I'll then do a little writing sample with a couple of pens in each, and hopefully this video isn't too long. Okay, let's start with the diary. So this is the 2022 diary. It is A5. It's actually just slightly smaller than a standard A5, but it's pretty close. So this is 2022 diary, weekly spread, diary goals budget. The perfect diary to help you stay organized, achieve your goals, and live a more purpose-filled life. Nice little sort of 2022 on the front there. And on the back, we get the MiGoals little logo. On the belly band here, it gives you an idea of some of the features. As I said, it's A5 size. It's got 224 pages, 2 ribbons, debossed artwork cover, fountain pen friendly and eco-friendly. And then in the features, it says build your own vision and find your purpose, short and long-term goal setting templates, quarterly review pages to track progress, week on 2 pages horizontal diary layout, weekly goals and habits tracker, monthly planner view, monthly budget section, and lined note pages. So it gives you a good bit of information there, and a lot of what you need to know about this journal is on the cover. In fact, it gives you the layout of the weekly spread there so you can actually see it. But let's have a quick flip through some of these pages, shall we? Then we'll do the writing sample. It's got the 2 ribbons, 2 black ribbons here, which is nice and handy. There's no elastic cover, elastic band, or back pocket in the MiGoals diary. So they're just features that they've chosen not to employ. Yeah, MiGoals. Honestly, I have to say, I like the MiGoals logo. This little like graph with the tracking upwards. But I also like the fact that it sort of dips down because not everything is always on the upward trajectory. Okay. So a bit of information about things, a little pledge you can make to yourself. I'm committed to turning my dreams into reality, that kind of thing. Then we get the MiGoals Way overview, which breaks down, some of the ideas on how to, to live a more purpose-filled life. So self-awareness, strategy, action, fulfillment, part 1, 2, 3, 4, and then some little cues onto what you need for that and how to use it. Definition of success allows you to describe your own definition of that because it's useless comparing yourself to other people. Toolkit for success, some things like accountability partners, dream team, books, podcasts, apps that inspire me, songs that make me feel alive, places, things that make me happy, and things I am good at. And then wins and lessons from 2021, things that, a bit of reflection there. Rate your life at the start of the year and end of the year on things like relationship, health and finance, etc. So you can get a bit of a sense of where you're at and where you're heading. And then we get, in 3 months' time, I will feel, and it gives you the 12 months, 3-year and the 5-year options for that. So lots of these sort of goal setting sort of bits and pieces are all part of the MiGoals system, obviously. And we get goals, and this is where it gives you a lot of information. Like, I won't go through it all because if this is the kind of book you're interested in, I suggest you actually go and get it, and that you get it soon because, if you want it for 2022, stock at a lot of retailers is running low. But it gives you a lot of information about, key goal setting tips, which is really handy stuff. Like if you're new to wanting to do self-help stuff in this kind of way and be more mindful and track these things, it's really helpful. And then you've got your goals. And it gives a list of things like, you know, the first 3 actions you've got to do, or the reward and the outcome, that kind of thing. And there's room for 6 of those goals there. There's lots of little quotes and things all through the book, which is nice as well. Long-term goals, so, you know, a bit more information about all of that. Allows you lots of space for the why, the when, things to do with it, the outcome, all of those kinds of big actions and the things that make these possible. And we have 4 long-term goal spaces. And then we get the 2022 diary, which I know a lot of people are here for this. So first thing is the 2022-2023 calendar spreads, which is nice and very clear. I like the fact that the print is not super dark black. It's super useful. Public holidays, 2022 at a glance, things you want, which is like little lists of things you want to do. The monthly plan for 2022, starting on the Monday through to the Sunday, the weekend, with bigger spaces, because they like to suggest that, you know, you can make more of your weekends. And then we get the actual diary itself, and this is the layout. So this is one of the weeks in January. So you get the weekly focus, grateful for the goal, how I want to feel this week, space for weekly wins, so things that you've won this week or, you know, done well with, personal things, some habit tracking, and then the days. So you get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you get the day to delineate what date is, and then the number of that day, of course, the date. You get a blank space on each, and then line spaces. So this is great for being able to, you know, sort of list all your tasks and those kinds of things, and the appointments and everything. It's all very clear. There's no time coding on any of the days, but it's sort of more open for your own building. And then that carries through, I'll just find the end of January for us. So we've got through the end of January here, and then we get the next month's planner, which is good. And it continues along through. Now, at the end of every, I think it's every quarter, they said, is the quarterly review, where you can reflect on the last 3 months. It's really great. Reflecting is a really handy tool to be able to, you know, sort of track how you're going on things like your goals and your habits. So that continues right through to the end of there. And then we get, at the back of the diary section, we get the yearly review, same sort of thing, and then a budgeting section, which is quite handy. So it's got some financial goals and how to map and plan and track all of that, and then space for each month where you can list your income and expenses, and then, you know, sort of work out how you are balancing that. So it's all really super handy. Then you've got space for lists in the back, which is then followed by lined and blank note pages. So there's quite a lot packed into this diary. MiGoals obviously focus a lot on the goal setting and tracking of these, and the Goal Digger, which we're about to look at in just a second, does the exact same sort of thing. But I quickly want to do a writing sample in this book, just to show the paper quality. So I'm just going to use a couple of pens here. So first is a fountain pen. Got the Esterbrook Camden medium with Graf von Faber-Castell moss green. We'll do a little scoop, just lay down a nice amount of ink. So there's a fountain pen. They say that these are fountain pen friendly, so we will be testing that. Then a Pilot G2. We'll do the same sort of little squiggle, which is a fairly inky gel pen. A plain rollerball, which is the Lamy rollerball. A ballpoint, Bic ballpoint. Highlighter. Just a regular Palomino blackening pencil. And erase. And then just for the full abuse, a Sharpie. So obviously this has all been done very quickly, just to give you an example, but a range of different styles of pen there. And if we look at the back, the Sharpie comes through, of course. The rollerball has it quite present, as is the Pilot. The fountain pen is very present, but there's no bleeding. And if we look up nice and close, you can see there's no feathering or anything as well. So the paper handles these things well. So if you are a fountain pen user, these are diaries you can use if that layout is something that you are interested in. Now we have the B5 Gold Digger, soft cover, PU leather, 304, 100 GSM pages. This is the black version. And once again, you get quite a lot of information on the back. It's B5, 304, as I said, pages 2, divider ribbons, debossed artwork cover, fountain pen friendly, eco-friendly, and then a bunch of features. Build your own vision and purpose. A lot of this is the same as the diary, blank and line note pages, and then the layout, we get a week to a page planner, room to take notes, incorporated weekly to-do list, and set goals, track your habits, all that kind of thing. So lots and lots in this. This is sort of like the next sort of step up. So these are, MiGoals is a Melbourne-based company, and these are designed here in Melbourne. They're made in China. And yeah, this is the Gold Digger Diary Planner. We can see Gold Digger there embossed on the front, and then the MiGoals embossed on the back. Nice sort of black page ends there. Once again, we get a lot of this sort of information, a lot of the self-awareness stuff that I covered in the diary, purpose, core values, toolkits for success, definition of success, a lot of goal tracking in the Gold Digger, of course, as you would expect. Okay, all that information once again on, why we should set goals, goal setting 101, how to set the goals and some, tips and things like that. Short-term goals, all the same kind of set layout here, with room for 7 short-term goals, long-term goals. We get all the same stuff, the how, why, when. It's just a bit bigger and a bit more space. And there's room for 4 of those. Maybe it's just 3 long-term goals, and then things like key milestones, goal review, all that kind of stuff. So there's, once again, a lot of information here. But where this is different is that we've got the calendar for 2022, 2023, public holidays. So all this same stuff that's in the diary, at a glance, January goals. So this is where this starts to be a little bit different. Within each month, it allows you space for goals specific to that month. And you can use those short-term and long-term goals and then work on them through here. And then we get the monthly planner and then the week. So in the week setup here, we get the week down one side of the page. So we've got Monday through Sunday, each with its own same amount of space, which is great. Once again, the lines and then the blank space. I think that this one would be better for people who don't have a whole lot sort of appointments and things like that, where you don't have to keep track of that, because there's not a whole lot of writing space. Once again, the time isn't delineated. It's like a weekly setup where you get the memo, but on this side instead we get, what are you grateful for, weekly goals, lots more habit tracking space, and then space for to-do lists and notes, which is really, really handy. The to-do list section on here is great. It's got, the little spots to tick things off. It works really, really well. I'm going to be using this through particularly the first part of the year to really get a sense of how it uses. I've used one before, so but with my new sort of ideas on goal setting and planning, at the end of each month you get a month review, so you can look at what you did well and things you can work on, and a little bit of sort of mind mapping space as well, which is very nice. And so that all treks all the way through to the end of December, where we get the December review and the yearly review. Then the budget space, once again, financial goals, to buying lists, and then space for your income and outgoing expenses. And then, once again, the room for the lists and things. So it's got a lot in common with the weekly planner that we saw before, but it's kind of just a little bit more space, a little bit more goal orientated on the weekly level, which I find to be rather interesting. Once again, I'll just do these quick writing samples in here. So once again, I've done the writing sample. The paper is slightly toothy. It's definitely not a super smooth paper, but it is 100 GSM, so it's got some nice weight to it, and it is, as they have said, fountain pen friendly. Once again, as with the other one, same paper. So of course, like the Sharpie comes through, and you can kind of make out other things, but nothing has bled through. So good, useful, good quality paper here in the A5 Gold Digger. So these were the 2022 diary and the Gold Digger planner. Really interesting, quick flip through, of course, like so much more detail, but hopefully this gives you an idea as to what is included. Just as a rough idea, prices from an Australian retailer is 35 Australian dollars and 47 Australian dollars for the Gold Digger. So they're priced very similarly to other planners by other companies like Leuchtturm, Rodeo, things like that. These have the extra features, if those are things you are interested in. So I hope you found this video, this very quick, although slightly long, flip through of these two books interesting. So I'm going to be using the Gold Digger for part of the year, so I will come back to this at some point in 2022 and give you a breakdown as to how I found it. But thank you for watching, and if you please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, get in touch. Any questions, comments, drop them below in this video. In the meantime, enjoy your planners, or check these ones out, look at them online, get them if you're interested in them, and I'll talk to you soon.